Miami University, which sits in southern Ohio, is attended by over 15,000 students each year. This August, 4,000 students arrived on campus for their first year at Miami as the freshman class of 2029, and the senior class who will be graduating this May contains almost 5,000. We spoke to two of these students to discover the differences in the lives of incoming freshmen, as opposed to seniors who are saying their last goodbyes.
I'm Natalia Bales. I'm a freshman majoring in computer science and minoring in theater and creative writing. And the clubs I'm involved right now are fencing, newspaper, and the film club.
I'm Kathan Babu. I am a senior journalism major with a finance minor, and I am the sports editor for the Miami Student.
Kathan and Talia are both going through a critical transition in their lives. For Talia, this is from high school to college, and for Kathan, from college to the workforce.
In high school, there wasn't much because my school was smaller. Like my graduating class is 250, so there wasn't a lot to do in the clubs and that. It's been welcoming because a lot of the upperclassmen that they've been nice and helping and understanding, and they're the ones that tend to get me more involved than other freshmen. And then struggles, I would say, was probably finding people to study with or just like figuring out how to study for certain subjects. Like the coding and math class were the hardest ones to figure out for studying since math was never my strong suit.
For one, I would like to finish my finance classes. I started out as a finance major, and then I actually just dropped it 2 weeks ago. So I would like to finish that out so I don't have to worry about it this semester. Next semester, I would like to take a couple fun classes. I've been telling people, because I was a finance major, I don't feel like I've had a fun class or a fun semester in a while. So I would like to take a couple classes next semester so that I can say, we went out on a high note. Dropping that finance major, giant weight off my shoulder that I've been carrying for 3 years. So that's been going well. It took a while to settle in. My freshman year, I came here basically blind, didn't had random roommates, things like that. And I almost transferred out because it just didn't go well. But I think sophomore year, once I started to put myself a little more out there, I joined probably 5 new clubs. I got more involved with the newspaper. I started taking more opportunities to be outside of my dorm, whether that's just at the library, at Armstrong, studying, something like that. It made me feel, I don't know if belong is the right word, but more comfortable just being on campus.
Probably finding some friends in it because a lot of freshmen they come in with high school friends. So it's harder to find people and meet up with them because they're more likely to stick with their high school friends and not really explore as much. Probably going out, trying new things, just exploring and meeting people and building a network slowly. Because, like, I'll find some people in the clubs and get to know them.
I remember my fall semester sophomore year, the sports editor at the time said, "Do you want to drive to Detroit to go cover the football game?" Because I don't have a car, and I did. So I didn't have to go, but I figured, it's a fun weekend, I'm not doing anything else. So just being more willing to say yes to things that I'm not particularly comfortable with. I'm a very anxious person in general, and getting out of my comfort zone helped a lot. I wouldn't be going to parties. I wouldn't be going to hangouts if I hadn't said yes sophomore year to just going to the library. It made it easier for me to say, I said yes and it was okay then, so I'll do it again.
Probably when they don't have classes with friends or anything like that, like they actually have to do something and meet other people. And they're not just around the people they already know. They actually have to get out with.
Mm-hmm.
It's not typically picked, but it's more forced on them because they don't have the choice.
I could find a better way to phrase it, but I think the most accurate way is when I feel obligated to be somewhere. You know, Not necessarily that I want to be somewhere. I think a good example, I signed up for a debate club because I was like, I have a free Wednesday night. What am I doing? And it got to a point where we were partnered up and you have to debate each person. So I almost felt obligated of like, what's my debate partner going to do? Real answer is he's going to find someone else to debate, and there's plenty of people in the club. But it's almost an underlying mentality of not that I'm expected to be there, but if I am there, then I can at least provide something or I can be helpful in some way.
I knew Kathan when I moved up into the editorial staff. Like, I knew who he was, but we didn't actually get to know each other until this past summer. I think the part of the reason I didn't know him super well when I moved up was because he was very quiet. I really never heard him talk unless he was talking about a section. And I started to notice him come out of his shell more after our internships, but that's also when I started becoming friends with him. I definitely think he has.
To help Talia and Kathan navigate these unique transition periods in their lives, we had them meet up to discuss how they were feeling.
Yeah, I would say I've been trying to focus on just meeting people, getting to know people, and just kind of letting it go from there. And I think, it's important to not force it and just kind of focus on what you want to do because you'll find people with the same interest or like clubs and that.
You can't force growing a network. You can't force meeting people. You can't force making friends. That has to come naturally. And I think no matter what your personality is, even at a small school like Miami, you're going to find a group for that personality. Just when I think back to freshman year, a lot of the regret that I had was not taking advantage of being in a new place, of being an individual. There are things that you never thought about back home that you're interested in now, do here. No matter how different you think you are from someone, you're still a student at Miami University. That's all part of the process, is kind of facing those things that you weren't expecting to come your way, and just knowing that no matter what it is, it's another step in the future.
Kind of a bit of that oddball because I kind of like the transitions sometimes because it's a challenge and fun for me because I like the challenges. I'm not afraid of it.
I guess embrace the unexpected.
Like embrace the change and like basically do the best you can, even if you're not sure, because it's your life. Gotta try it.